In my previous video on how to make Spring Boot CRUD application, I showed you how to perform database operations like create, read, update, and delete. We built a form where user can save customer information, and on the home page, all customer entries are displayed. We also implemented a feature to view individual customer data. In this video tutorial, we are going to take that application further. We will add an image upload option to the form so users can upload a picture. This uploaded image will be shown on the home page alongside with the customer details and will also be available in the individual customer's data. Alright, let's start building our project. Let's start our project. Here is our application home page. Clicking add new. This is our customer entry form. Currently, this form has 4 fields: first name, last name, email, and phone. Along with these fields, I want to add the ability to upload a photo of the customer. When the form is submitted, along with the uploaded image, I will store the image in my file system and save the file name in my database. To achieve this, I also need to introduce a new field in the customer table and customer model to hold the image name. Opening my IDE, first, I will add a new field to my customer model. Opening the customer class from the model package. Collapsing the sidebar. Here, we have defined the necessary fields for our customer. Below that, I am adding another private field, string photo. I will give it a column annotation and name it photo. Now, we need a setter and getter for this field. I will add them at the bottom of the class. Scrolling down, right-clicking, selecting generate, then getter and setter. Selecting the photo field and clicking OK. Our getter and setter are now generated. Next, we will add the input field to the form. Opening the create.html file from our template directory. Scrolling down and searching for the form element. Here is our form. This is the input field for the first name. Next, the last name. After that, we have email and then phone. Below the phone field, I will add a file input field for uploading the image. Adding a new div. Inside the div, I will add a label. This label is for our image input field. It will have style similar to our other labels. So, let's copy the style from our phone number label and paste it here. The label text will be image. Now, I need an input field. Let's copy the phone input field and paste it below our image label. Here, change the input type from text to file. I do not need Thymeleaf to manage the fields ID and name. So, I am removing the Thymeleaf dialect. You will understand in a moment why this dialect is not required here. Instead, I will add ID as file image and name attribute as image. The file input will accept only JPEG and PNG images. Here, I do not need this error message. Instead, I will show error using JavaScript. So, I am removing the div from here. Next, I will add a p tag for displaying the file error. The ID will be image error. It will have a class to make it hidden by default, text color red, text size small, top margin of 1. Here, I will provide the error message. I am setting a file size limit of 1 MB. If any file exceeds 1 MB, this error will be displayed. File size exceeds 1 MB. Please upload a smaller image. Along with the image upload, I want to add a preview of the uploaded image. Whenever an image is selected, this will display the uploaded image in the preview. So, after this closing div, for the image upload, I am adding another div. Inside this div, I will add an image tag. Currently, I do not have any image to display. This tag will show the preview of the uploaded image. So, I am providing a placeholder hash as the source. I also give it an ID thumbnail. Now, let's view how it looks in the browser. In the console, you can see that Spring Data JPA has altered our customer table based on our customer model. A new column photo has been added. Now, in the browser, refresh the page. Here, we have our image upload field. If you click here, it opens Finder or Windows Explorer if you are using Windows. From here, we can choose an image. Currently, our image preview shows a broken image. Let's provide a default image to display when no image is uploaded. To do this, let's download an image. I'll download it from my favorite icon site. Go to flaticon.com and search for avatar. Let's choose this one. I will use this colored version and download it as a PNG. Image size is 120 pixel. Click on free download. Our image is downloaded. Since I downloaded it for free and am using it for educational purpose, I need to attribute it to FreePic. I am copying the attribution link and will provide it in the description. You can check it out if you want more cool icons. Now back to the project. Open the downloaded image and copy it. Back in the IDE, minimize the console. We need to put this image in the static directory. Inside this directory, I will create a subdirectory for images. Create a new directory, new directory. Name of the directory is image. Inside this directory, paste our image. The image is now copied. Next, I will show it in our image preview. In the create.html file, in the image text src attribute, I now need the Thymeleaf dialect to add the image as the source. Provide a link expression, add, then curly braces. Our image is stored in statics images subdirectory, so image / our image name is user.png. Now start the server. Stop and rerun the application. Check how it looks like in the browser. Refresh. Here our default image placeholder is now showing. Let's add some style in this image thumbnail. Adding a class attribute to this image tag. Set the height to 24, weight to auto, add a border around it, add some padding, give it a rounded border, and also add a alt text as preview image. Now start the server. Refresh the page. Here we have the styled image. Next, when I upload image, I want to display this in the preview. Let's do this. For that, I will use jQuery. We can include jQuery in a couple of ways. One way is that we can host the jQuery library inside our project static directory. We can have a separate subdirectory in the static folder for holding all scripts and place the jQuery library inside it. Or we can use jQuery CDN or Content Delivery Network. A CDN is where the jQuery authority has uploaded the file on their server and provides access via a CDN link so that we can use it directly without saving it locally. Google also provides CDNs for many popular JavaScript libraries, which you can explore on your own. Here, I will use CDN because this is simple project and my focus is only on the Spring Boot framework. Let's delete this script directory as we do not need it here. To use jQuery from a CDN, search for jQuery CDN in your browser. Go to this jQuery site. Here I am going to use jQuery 3 and minified version. Here in this model, we have the code that we need to include in our project in order to use jQuery. Copy the code, back in the IDE, open the create.html file. At the top, in the head section, paste the copied code. Now we are ready to use jQuery in our project. Scroll down. At the bottom of the file, just before closing the body tag, add a script tag. Inside this script tag, I will write JavaScript code. Using the document.ready function, inside this function, I will use jQuery to select the element with the ID file image. This is the ID of our file input field. On change, I will call an anonymous function. First, let's print this to the console. Console.log this. Restart the server and open the browser. Refresh the page. Let's inspect the element. To see the JavaScript output, open the console. Now, click choose file, select a file and open it. Here, it prints the input field. But I'm actually interested in the value of this input. So, update the console log to print these files. Restart the server and refresh the browser. Click choose file, select a file and open it. Here you can see the file list in the console. This is an array of files. Since we have only one file, the index of our file is 0. It includes information like last modified, name, type. Now let's display this data in the image preview. In the IDE, remove the console log for now. Get the file, this.file with the index 0. Store it in a variable file. To read the file data, we need a file reader. Instantiate a new file reader. Now use reader.onload to execute a function. Inside this function, select the image tag with the ID thumbnail. Attribute. We'll change the src attribute. The value of the attribute will be e.target.result. Finally, call the read as data URL method and pass the file as a parameter. Restart the server and check it in the browser. Click choose file, select a file and open it. Here nothing happens. Let's open the developer tools console. Here it says file reader is not defined. Maybe I have made a typo. Let's fix this typo in the IDE. The correct syntax is file reader. I need to lowercase this I. Restart the server, refresh the page and upload the image. Now the image preview is displayed. Let's refactor the code. Cut the code used for previewing the image. I will paste into a separate function. I will call it show thumbnail. So here pass the input data as a parameter. After the document ready function, I am creating a new function named show thumbnail. It accepts file input object and inside this paste the code. Replace this with the file input. Now let's test it. Restarting the server, stop and rerun. Refresh the page, upload image. Here we have the image preview. Now it's time to add validation for our image. I will only accept image files with maximum size of 1 MB. For this, first we need to know the file size. Introducing a new variable file size equal access our file, these files, get the first file, then get the size of the file. Now check if the size of the file is greater than 1 MB. Here, instead of providing this 1 MB in this way, we need to provide this in byte value. 1 MB is 1024 kilobytes. And again, 1 kilobytes equal 1024 bytes. So we need to multiply it with 1024. The result of the calculation is 1,048,576. Then I'll show the alert. File size exceeds 1 MB. Otherwise, call the show thumbnail function. Start the server, refresh, choose file. Here you can see this image size is 2.4 MB. So it should show the alert. Open. Here is the alert. Let's try with smaller file. I will download one from online. Let's head over to my YouTube channel. youtube.com/@learnwithift. Here is my image. Let's open the image in new tab. Here my image is opened. Save it. Now let's try to upload newly downloaded image. Choose this channel profile. This is only 12 kilobytes, so it should be accepted. Open. Yes, it is valid image. Now instead of showing alert message in case of invalid file, I am going to make the paragraph with the error message visible. The idea of this paragraph is image error. Let's do this. Here, remove this alert. Select a paragraph with image error ID using jQuery. Remove class hidden. And if image is valid, then add class hidden. Now again start the project, stop and rerun. Refresh the browser, choose file, selecting the image. This is large image file. Size of this image is 2.4 MB. So it should display error message. Open. Here is the error message. Now let's try small image. Choose file, select the small image. This one is only 12 kilobytes of size. Open. This is valid image. So we have done with our JavaScript validation part. Now let's implement form submission. To enable to submit a form with the image file, in the form tag, we need to add another special attribute. Here is our form. Here we need to add ink type, and this equals multipart form data. This tells the server that this is the form that may contains file like image or documents. Now it's time to process the file from the server. Opening the home controller. Here, this save method is responsible for processing our form data. Here, we are checking if there is any error, and if everything is okay, then saving the customer. In addition to these parameters, customer, binding result, and redirect attribute, we need another parameter for file processing, that is multipart file. Here, let's print the file name, system out println multipart file, and I want to get the original file name. Let's comment out this error checking. Also comment out this save operation, and I also need to disable this validation temporarily. Now run the application. Refresh the browser, choose file, select the image to upload, open and submit the form. Here we are getting a white label error. Let's check the issue. Here is the error in the console. Cannot invoke multipart file, get the original file name because the multipart file is null. Okay, close the console. Here we have this multipart file. In the create HTML, we have this file input field. The name is image. So in home controller, here we need to provide this image as request parameter. Restart the application again. Choose the file, select image, open. Here we are redirected to the home page with this success message. It says that the customer has saved successfully. Actually, we did not save any customers. Here we have commented out this save operation. So no customer is actually saved. Now let's check what we get in the console. Here is our file name printed in this console. Now uncomment the codes, uncommenting the save operation and the validation check, and also bring back the valid annotation, removing the print statement. Here I will implement a separate Java class to handle the file upload. From this controller, I will call that class to process the upload operation. Let's create one. In the service package, create a new Java class. Let's name it file upload service. In the service class, I will have a public method. It returns nothing. Upload file. It accepts upload directory name, file name, and multipart file. Now inside this method, at first we need to convert this uploaded directory string to path. Path equals, make sure to import the path from this Java neo file. What it actually does? Let's check the source. Command and click on this get method. Here this actually converts the path string to path. So here we have provided the upload directory name as string. So using this statement, we are converting it to path. We need this in order to work with file. Now check if file exists. Make sure the files is imported from Java neo file dot is exist. If not exist, we need to create this directory, file dot create directory, provide our upload file path. Actually, let's rename this path variable to upload path. Change this upload path, and in the method pass the upload path. This throws IO exception, so we need to add it in the method signature. Now let's try to get the input stream of the upload file. Now we need to get the file path. For this, we need to resolve the upload path against file name. Then copy the bytes from the input stream to our file path. This will be our standard copy option, and we'll replace existing file if exist. And we need to catch if there is any exception. And if any, throw new IO exception. Our file upload service is complete. Now in the home controller, after we check the input validation, I will check if the multipart file is not empty. If not empty, then we will get the file name. Actually, let's normalize the file name. For that, I'm using string util clean path, provide our multipart file, get original file name. Now we need to set the file name to our customer photo. Customer, we are getting this customer from our submitted form. Set photo, file name, and finally save the customer. This save method, let's check it by command and clicking the save method. This save method from customer service returns customer. So let's store it in a variable. Customer saved customer equals, and now we will store the file to our file system. For that, first we need to define the upload directory. The structure of our upload directory is, we will have a directory named customer photo where we will store all the uploaded customer photos. Inside this directory, we will have subdirectory named after the ID of each customer, and then the file. So it is customer photo / concate with the saved customer's ID and call file upload service. Dot. Here the method is not showing. Let's open the file upload service. I am going to make this method static so that we can access it without initializing an object. Back to the home controller. File upload service dot upload file. Here provide the upload directory, file name and the multipart file. Now start the server. Stop and rerun. This is our application home page. Add new. Let's add new customer. Providing my first name Muhammad, last name Iftekhar, my email address learnwithiftekhar@gmail.com, then a dummy phone number. Choose file, select the image, open. Now submit the form. Our customer data is saved with customer ID 7. Let's check the file. In the ID, let's open the sidebar, closing the console. Here, this is our project directory. Inside this, a new subdirectory is created, customer photos. Inside this, we have another subdirectory 7. This is the ID of our newly saved customer. Inside this, we have the uploaded image. Let's check the database. Opening the database tool. This is our customer table. Let's view the data. Here is our customer photo name. Let's resize the column. Here is the uploaded photo name with the extension. So we have successfully uploaded image to our file system. Now I want to display the uploaded customer's image here beside the ID. Here in Spring Boot project, all the static resources like image, script files or CSS files are stored in the static directory. Here we have created this image subdirectory for storing the image inside this. But our customer photo is located outside of this static directory. In fact, it is outside of our src directory. To display the image in the HTML from this directory, we need to register this as our Spring Boot's resource. For this, inside my Java base package, I am creating a new Java class, MVC config. It implements web MVC configurer interface. Here, we need to override a method of the interface. Generate override method. Here, we need to override add resource handler. This one. Click OK. Remove this. Here, first get our location name of the directory. This is customer photos. Then we need to convert this string to path. Name it customer photo dir. Then get the location. Make sure you import path from Java new package. Now we need to get absolute path of this directory. That is string. This is customer photo path equals customer photo directory dot file get absolute path. Finally, add it to registry. Registry add resource handler. This will add a resource handler to serve static resources. Here we need to provide a pattern. That is / then the location and / with double star. And need to provide the location from where the static resource will be served. Dot add resource locations. This is our file system / / then we have the customer photo directory path and / Now we need to do a small modification in the customer model. Here we have this photo field where the name of the photo is stored. Beside this, I will introduce another field for the full image URL. This is private string name photo path. This path will contain the URL of the image. It will be in this format: our customer photo directory / then the ID of the customer and name of the file. I do not want any extra field in the database for this photo path. To prevent to add it to the database, we can use transient annotation. Now generate a getter method for this. At the bottom, public string get photo path. It returns customer photo directory / concat with ID, concat with / again we have the photo. Last, add a validation. If the customer ID is null or the photo is null, in that case we will return our default placeholder. That is, in the images, the name is the user.png. Now opening the home.html file. Scrolling down, here is our table. This is the table header. After the ID, we will add the photo column. Copy this ID header, paste it below. Change ID to photo. Below is our table body. This is where the ID of the customer is displayed. Copy this table cell, paste it below. Here we are not going to show any text. Inside this table cell, I will add an image tag. For the src attribute, use the Thymeleaf URL expression. $customer photo path. Now restart the server. Stop and rerun. Refresh the browser. The image is not showing. Let's check by opening the developer tool. Here the source is showing as images / user.png. I think it should be image / user.png. Let's fix it. In the customer class, update the image path. Restart the server. Refresh the browser. Here we now see the default image, but we are not seeing the uploaded image. Why? Let's inspect it further. The URL seems fine. Let's try opening it a new tab. It's giving a white label error. Let's check the VsCode class. Here we need to add the configuration annotation. Restart the server again. Refresh the browser. Still the uploaded image is not showing. Let's check the console. Here there's an unknown host exception users. It seems the error is in the VsCode class. Here we have defined the location of the image as customer photo, then get the absolute path of the customer photo directory to file, get absolute path. We have added the resource handler and the resource location. Everything seems fine. Let's print the customer photo path to the console for debugging. Restart the server. Stop and rerun the server. Here in the console, we can see the proper path, but the image is still not showing. Let's inspect it. Open the image URL in a new tab. It's still giving a white label error. It seems the / in the resource location might be causing the problem. Let's fix the issue. Restart the server. Refresh the browser. Now the image is displayed correctly. Let's check it in the application. Refresh the page. We now have the customer image displayed in the table. Close the developer tool. The image looks too big. Let's add some styling. Back to the IDE. Remove this print statement from the VsCode class. Open home.html. Here is the image tag. Add a class with style, height 16, with auto, border around the image, rounded corners, padding, and add a alternative text. Preview the changes. Restart the server once again. Refresh the page. Now we have a properly styled image. Next, I want to display the image on this individual customer information page. Let's do this. Navigate to Resources, Templates, Show.html. Here, in this table, we are already displaying the customer data. Add a new div. Add a class to this div. Set it to display as a grid. The number of grid column will be 3. Inside, another div. Add an image tag. For the src attribute, use a URL expression. Curly bracket, image. Here, the image variable will be set to customer.photopath. Next, move the customer data table inside this grid div. Give this image class attribute with the styles full width, border, padding, rounded corners. Now, I also need to display the image in another location, the create form. In this form, if we are editing and the user has already uploaded an image, it should display the uploaded image. Otherwise, it should display the default image. To achieve this, we can reuse the same expression from show.html to display the image. Copy the image src expression from show.html and replace the source of the preview image in create.html. Now restart the server and refresh the browser. Here we see the image is too large and the table has become small. In the show.html, the table should span 2 grid columns. At the class, call span 2. Check again, restart the server, refresh the page. Perfect. Back to the home page. Let's verify. Here the proper image and data are displayed. Now let's edit a customer entry. The uploaded image is correctly displayed in the preview. Let's choose another file. The preview updates with the new image. When we submit the form, the new image will be uploaded and stored as the customer's image.